let's see a few things about anatomy and physiology of pituitary gland. So what is pituitary gland? So pituitary gland, sometimes called hypophysis, actually it's a small gland that arises from the base of the brain like a pea on a string. And several hormones produced by hypothalamus are stored here, and all the things are released into the blood. So the pituitary gland has two parts, that anterior pituitary and posterior pituitary. So what is posterior pituitary gland? The posterior pituitary gland contains hypothalamus, infundibulum and posterior lobe. So few things we should learn about the posterior pituitary gland. So always it takes messages from the brain via the hypothalamus. You know the hypothalamus is heat regulating center, and this uses message to produce hormone that affect many parts of the body. And it also stimulates other hormone, produce their own hormones, and it is also referred as the master gland. The main actions of the posterior pituitary gland, so it is insufficient secretion of vasopressin underlines diabetes insipidus, and it may affect individuals excrete as much as 20 liters of dilute urine per day, and in case if there is over secretion of vasopressin causes syndrome of inappropriate antidiuretic hormone. The hormone secreted in the posterior pituitary, that is antidiuretic hormone, that is vasopressin. So it has a target in the body, so it should be activated in the kidneys, and it affects, stimulates water retention, raises blood pressure by contracting arterioles, and it also induces male aggression. And in other side, this oxytocin has the target in the body, in the uterus and mammary gland, and mainly it affects the uterine contraction and lactation. So we will see something about the anterior pituitary gland. So the anterior pituitary gland, as I said earlier, it looks like a pea shape, and the anterior pituitary gland situated in front lobe of the pituitary gland, which is found at the floor of the brain. So that area we call the thalamus. And the anterior posterior gland, here they have the negative feedback mechanism, also called adenohypophysis, and it has a major organ in the endocrine system, and the anterior pituitary gland regulates several physiological processes including stress, growth and reproduction. So the importance of the anterior pituitary gland, it controls chemical and water balance in the body, and it controls growth and metabolism, and it influences the sexual behavior and stimulate the growth and maturation of the gonads. And we see the hormones of the anterior pituitary. So the anterior pituitary has growth hormone. It has most tissue, and thyroid stimulating hormone. It's situated in the thyroid gland. And adenocorticotrophic hormone arises from adrenal cortex. Prolactin present in the breast, and follicular stimulating hormone is from ovaries and testes, and luteinizing hormone also from ovaries and testes. We'll see the anterior pituitary glands, how this is secreted. So it has infundibulum, and here the thyroid cells secrete thyroid stimulating hormone, and mammotrophic cells secrete prolactin, and corticotrophic cells secrete adenocorticotrophic hormone. And if you are coming the posterior side of the pituitary gland, it contains muscles. So that is somatotrophic cells secrete growth hormone, and here it contains adipose tissue and bone, and gonadotrophic secrete follicular stimulating hormone, and the pars intermediate cells secrete melanocyte stimulating hormone. So coming to the growth hormone, so the growth hormone mainly helps to stimulate the growth of bones, muscles and other organs by increasing protein synthesis. And it affects the protein, fat and carbohydrate metabolism. And too little growth hormone secretion can be the result of abnormal development of the pituitary gland. And release the growth hormone releasing, and it will also suppress the growth hormone releasing. And coming to the thyroid stimulating hormone, it's stimulated by thyroid dopamine releasing hormone, and it inhibits the somatostatin, and it stimulates the thyroid gland to secrete hormone, and it stimulates growth and activity of the thyroid gland. And in case if there is too much thyroid stimulating hormone is secreted, the thyroid gland started enlarge and it secretes more amount of thyroid cell. And such cases we can see there will be an elevation of T3 and thyroid stimulating hormone TSH will be increased. And adenocorticotrophic hormone is stimulated by corticotrophic releasing hormone. It's secreted from hypothalamus. And this adenocorticotrophic hormone stimulates the adrenal gland to secrete a hormone called glucocorticoids. And this secretion is regulated by negative feedback. Coming to the prolactin, also known as the lactogenic hormone. So for lactogenesis, the prolactin is playing a major role, and it's stimulated by prolactin releasing hormone from hypothalamus, and it inhibits the dopamine from hypothalamus. It has a target cell in mammary gland, and it stimulates the production of milk in the breast following pregnancy. And negative feedback from blood level prolactin increase, and prolactin hypersecretion in males causes erectile dysfunction. Gonadotrophin. Gonadotrophin here luteinizing hormone stimulated by gonadotrophin releasing hormone. In males, it stimulates the testes to secrete testosterone, and in females, it stimulates release of ovum from ovary. And after ovulation, it normally stimulates the formation of corpus luteum in the ovary and secrete hormone progesterone. And coming to the follicle stimulating hormone in the male stimulates production of sperm cells in the testes, and in females it stimulates the maturation of ovarian follicle, and it helps in secretion of the estrogen by ovaries. Coming to the summary, we have seen the function and the anatomy of the pituitary gland, the both anterior and pituitary gland. So the anterior adenocorticotrophic hormone, growth hormone, and thyroid stimulating hormone is secreted, and posterior pituitary, that oxytocin, prolactin, gonadotropin, all the things are secreted. So overall, the pituitary gland has a direct interaction with the kidneys, breast and ovary, testes, thyroid, skin, adrenal cortex, bone, and